Okay, so welcome everyone. Welcome to our Tuesday evening opportunity call, EDU Swarm opportunity call. And in some parts of the world, we're already on Wednesday. So my name's Mandy Elliott. I'm over in Greece, and I want to call out to begin with an amazing person that I've worked with for several years. And he's so on focus, and he's got some great things to share with you. So Rick Thompson, over to you.
Well, thanks very much, Mandy. And again, folks, we're glad you're here tonight. We do these calls for you every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock Central Time, United States Central Time, that is. And, we're blessed by being able to play to audiences around the world. You just heard Mandy say it was straight up 4 a.m. Well, that's what time it is in the Greek islands, but she never misses a call. And we've got some other folks. We've got a special guest tonight, J.R. Hill, a good friend of ours that lives up in Minneapolis. He's on the call with us tonight. We're going to call on him a little bit. But let me just tell you in broad strokes what it is we do here. First of all, this is not a multi-level company. EDU Swarm is an educational-based company. We our little tag statement there is the future of learning and learning. And what we are here to teach you, among other things, is what goes on. What is the blockchain? How does it work? How does it affect my life today? What will it do for me tomorrow? And then, of course, cryptocurrencies. Everybody's been enamored with cryptos over the past 10 years since Satoshi Nakamoto came out with Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, though, is the one that everybody seems to want to pair off of. It's the one that's most widely accepted. It's the one that you could put into commerce, and it has a value. It's actually traded now on the New York Stock Exchange. So out of the 2,000 estimated coins that are out there, Bitcoin is the granddaddy that everybody goes back to and trades with and puts into commerce. So what we are as a company, we're not a Bitcoin company. We use Bitcoin for our commerce to pay in and pay out. But other than that, our project and product is education, trying to teach you, how you can accumulate Bitcoin. Everybody tells us that Bitcoin, is the play for the future. A lot of people thought they missed it. Bitcoin was kind enough to come back to us from a high of $20,000 this past year in November. It's back now to just over 7,000. It took a little dip. You had a lot of institutional people come in and play their hand and get exposure. And sometimes when they come in, they disrupt everything because they can move so much, in a fell swoop, unlike the average guy on the street. So that's a little bit about the product, what we do. The other thing that there's 3 or 4 little checklist things I always go through, and one of them that is equally as important as the concept of what you're doing from a production standpoint is your ownership. And our owner here is a gentleman, again, that, I've had the pleasure of knowing him for 25 plus years. And those things are important, guys, because if the owner of a company is disingenuous and they don't intend to, make the company, run, then you're going to have problems, and we won't ever have those problems. Bobby's here to see to it that we have everything we need, and then of course we've got the opportunity. The timing couldn't be better. Cryptocurrency is in its infancy stages, guys. There's over 90% of the world still does not know what a Bitcoin is. Many of your friends, over half of your friends, don't know what a Bitcoin is. So now is the time to get in, get educated, and begin to accumulate this thing, because the Bitcoin does what the resident experts, the Bill Gates and Richard Branson's, people of this nature, are all telling us that Bitcoin is headed back to $50,000 to $60,000 by this time next year. So that's pretty good appreciation. I'd rather have Bitcoin than any other fiat currency that I know of, and I think you will too once you learn more about what we have, what we do. The next thing I want to talk about is the compensation plan. I'm going to have Mandy Elliott come back on here in just a minute and talk to you about how to earn Bitcoin and what we do here with EDU Swarm to help you do that. So, Mandy, I'm going to kick it over to you. And when you get through, let's call in our special guest and have JR tell us what the magic is here with EDU Swarm and why he's excited and why he's with us. So, Mandy Elliott, over to you, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Rick. So our compensation plan here, our rewards compensation plan, it isn't rocket science. It's that's what is so great. It's very simplistic to understand. We actually have two packages that you can select to join from. There's bronze or silver. And bronze is 0.01 of Bitcoin and silver 0.03. Well, you heard Rick say the value of a Bitcoin. Well, you know, you can break them down into fragments. So 0.01 today is around about just over $70 in UK pounds, just over 50 UK pounds, 55 euro. So when you're looking at a business, that is, I mean, that's all you have to do is dip your hand in your pocket and you've got the two options here, 0.01 or multiply those amounts by 3 times and it's 0.03. And the difference on these two packages is one opens up a single income stream to begin, although we've got 5 income streams in total that you can be opening, and the other one opens up 2. The 0.03 opens up 2 income streams straight away. So give it some thought, because there's no monthly cost, no monthly fees, no ongoing costs. So when you're looking at this and you're evaluating it and you're thinking, well, what should I do? You know, assess where works best with your mindset, what you're looking to achieve, and how quickly you want to, leave the starting blocks and go from 0 to 100 miles an hour to be generating your income. So how does this work? Well, we have a 3-step process, and it takes an average of 10 team members, 10 team sales to complete, and this is working as a team. So let's break down how this actually works. It's a 2x2 matrix, and so that's like one person at the top of a matrix, then 2, then 4, so a total of 7 positions. Now, when anyone new who just joins, or when you recycle from one matrix to another, you will always arrive on one of these bottom, these blue positions that says open. It could be any one of these. So there's always 3 people already on this board, and that's where this working as a team concept really kicks off. So the matrix boards are structured so there's only 4 positions needed to be filled, and so you're starting there with your 3 people. So how this works is, step 1, you arrive on any one of these 4 bottom positions, but on this instance we've put you here at the beginning. But you could, depending on what else is going on, and you always arrive, somewhere close to your enroller. That's the person who introduced you here. So then you work as a team. So you can see the person at the top introduced Mr. Purple. And then the person here over on the right has introduced this young lady. And that young lady introduced this gentleman. So that completes step 1. It's team effort, working to sort of fill up the board, and nothing really happens until it's full. And the person at the top then, that person has completed what we call a cycle and is paid. So what happens is the board then goes that your enroller is now at the top, you are on the 2nd level, and Mr. Purple that we saw just now is still beside you. And let's say you introduce the person here, and then your enroller introduces someone else, who introduces the next person, and Mr. Purple. So there you go. So working as a team, the team concept again has completed step 2, which means your enroller has now completed their cycle and is paid. So then you move up to the step 3. So you're at the top of this, and you've got the 2 people who were in grey already there below you. And here you see the grey gentleman, he's introduced a lady who's introduced a person. And then you have introduced someone, and then that person's introduced. So that completes your full cycle, and you are now paid. Your Bitcoin is instantly credited to your back office, your EDU Swarm back office, and whenever you wish, you can withdraw that to your personal Bitcoin wallet. So quick recap here. Here you are, you've arrived on the bottom row of 4 here, and you could arrive at any of them, and then you see you progress up to the step 2, and then you progress up to the step 3. So that is the full simplicity. Step 1, 2, 3, and you are then paid. You've earned your Bitcoin. And you have, this is what is a magical thing. There is no more dipping your hand in your pocket, because you also get a free entry you arrive under your enroller again, and you can do this over and over. But what is absolutely great is, you see that you arrive under your enroller, but we have got 5 stages. So the first time you cycle any of these stages, you open up the next level. So stage 1, you cycle on the first, unless you've already, if you join and you're joined at stage 2, then you'll receive your full 0.02 Bitcoin. But if you say just join at stage 1, your first cycle, the majority of that first payout will open up your stage 2. You do get a fraction of this, but then from there forward, each time you cycle, you'll receive your 0.02. Then the same happens with stage 2. The first time you cycle, the majority of your 0.04 will open up your stage 3, but you do receive a fraction of this. But then from there forward, you're going to receive each cycle your 0.04. And this goes through the full 5 levels. And so what happens is soon you'll find that you are going to be earning from full 5 stages here. And I mean, that's quite a lot of Bitcoin. And you'll see that you're going to be probably cycling the stages 1s and 2s quicker than the stage 5s, because that's where a lot of the people come in on the stages 1 and 2. And then as they build their teams and working as a team together here, they will soon, land and propagate stage 5. And you'll see that you're cycling these over and over. And as you complete the cycles, you're going to be seeing your 0.02s, you're going to see your 0.04s, your 0.1 Bitcoins, your 0.2 Bitcoins, and your 0.4 Bitcoins arriving in your wallet. And that can be like monthly, weekly, daily, and hourly. So with that, Rick, I'm now going to hand this over to JR. I'd like to introduce JR here. He's amazing, and I can't wait to hear from him. So JR, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Mandy. Thanks, everybody, for jumping on. It's awesome. Bitcoin's if you haven't heard about it, it's kind of embedded in our brains that have been around it and, trying to share the vision with other people. But with EDU Swarm, the cool part is the education's there. And, we're really, really starting to get into this big time, because I got a couple friends on the line, and one of them texted me today and said, you know what, one of our other friends is trying to share some kind of Bitcoin opportunity with somebody else. And he said, he's got no idea. And I said, well, we need to talk to him about EDU Swarm so we can educate them, number one. Number two, so they can start accumulating some coins, because as all the experts, so to speak, have said, price of Bitcoin is going to start skyrocketing. And when I say start, you can kind of look at it hour by hour. It goes back and forth and has the ups and downs. But at the end of the day, it's the place to be, and the understanding of it is huge. So my big thing is more exposure equals more results. That's what we're starting to do here, and we're excited to really put our teeth into this. In the last couple of weeks, we've had a lot of people just sitting there, getting their wallets, trying to get everything set up. And when I say trying, you can go right to the EDU Swarm site, and it's step by step. So you don't need to be the newbie. And if you are the newbie, it's a step-by-step process, which is great. And when Rick shared this with me, it's finally something that makes sense to people. It's very, very affordable right now, and for under $100 US, it's a no-brainer. For about $70 US, you can get started and never have, like Mandy said, you never have to go back in your pocket to throw more money to keep something happening and moving. Each sale of a person that comes in from any of the teams that we refer, it's going to benefit all of us, and it's a real team effort. I've seen a lot of stuff in my time. I know everybody on the line probably has too. It makes too much sense, and that's really why I'm here, and that's the most exciting part. And I know Des, you're on the line. That's why we're excited to really sink our teeth into this and make this thing fly and get a lot of people some Bitcoins. So with that, I'll flip it back over to you.
Well, JR, that's a great comment. Let me ask you a question. You've seen cyclers, and they're just a standard 2x2. And as you know, in the old standard days, when you came into a company and opened up a new board, where did you land? Right on the top of the board by yourself, as I recall, right?
Absolutely.
And the pitch we used to have to make, guys, if you're new to this business, and the reason you want to be on these calls is to hear commentary from people like JR and Mandy, that live this every single day. And you stop and think about it, when you come in here and you have 3 people out of 7 already on that board, and then you join, now there's 4 people looking for the last 3, and then the 5th one joins, and there's 5 of you looking for the last 2. And the teamwork and the camaraderie and the fact that there is no hierarchy here. The people that you get into business with today are going to follow you, because this is a follow me matrix. So if JR sponsors me, every time I go through a cycle, the computer looks at, say, stage 1 and says, okay, what board is JR on? And it automatically puts me back on his board. I follow him on every cycle when I cycle. And the next thing is, of course, when you move up through stage 1 to stage 2, that identical thing happens. So as you begin to move this thing through, and you get about 8 or 10 people out there that are doing anything just to share what we have here, you're going to find that this thing will start going off like a popcorn popper. You're going to have a couple of stage 1 cycles today and a stage 2, and maybe tomorrow a 2 and a 3. And, you just have to keep up with your wallet. And the beautiful thing is here too, and we're going to get into a little back office training Saturday, but we want to show you the back office. The back office is so robust. You don't do anything. You don't have to place anyone. You don't have to worry about where they go. What did I do right or wrong? Nothing changes the company. Again, make sure that when you sign up under a link, that you're signing up with the right enroller, because we don't move anybody. The place where companies get in trouble is they start making exceptions and they start playing favorites, and not that you're not all our favorites, because you are, but the rules are the rules. And the thing that I think is important, and the last qualifying piece is, that ownership. Again, guys, like I say, you need to know and trust your owner. And keep in mind, there's no guarantee here with EDU Swarm. There's no income claims. This is all just information that we're giving you. We're going to let you make the decision if it makes sense. But again, there's no high risk, no high yield guarantees or anything here. This is just a simple, straight up program where you can come in and you can purchase a product package, become our customer, and you have the option when you become a customer to also select to become an affiliate. There's no fee to do that. All of your website, the self-replicated corporate website, as well as our EDU Swarm club site, are provided free of gratis to you. We give you a self-replicated site. Your information site goes out, lets your people know what's going on. They come and join you, and we all go to the wallets together. But we're going to have some fun, make some money. We're going to start a little campaign here. Watch your emails the next day or two, because I don't know whether you guys have thought about it or not, but Mandy pointed out to me a couple of days ago that there's only 4 months left until Christmas. So let's get some Bitcoin. Let's get in there and have a great Christmas. Let's have some fun as we roll through the end of summer. We get into the early fall months, and we're talking to our friends, and let's show and tell them about a great opportunity. And again, guys, this is a one-time out of pocket. You're good, and the company is not going to go anywhere except to the top, hopefully having you with us. So with that, guys, I'm going to jump off the line. We'll close out this call. J.R. Hill, thank you for being our guest tonight up in Minneapolis. Mandy, thanks as always for orchestrating our calls. And guys, we'll see you Saturday morning at 11 o'clock Central Time. And 12 o'clock Central Time. And we'll be here to take you through a back office training. We want to show you where some of the tools are on the corporate website. We're also going to show you a few little tricks of the trade on your membership site that we have together for you for your information gathering. So we're doing our part. All we need is you to make this thing rock and roll. So guys, until next time, be blessed in all you do. And for now, have a great day, and we'll talk to you this weekend. Bye for now.